Hello, everyone, and welcome. A few weeks ago, I did a review of a powerful compact air duster. At that time, I thought that was a pretty decent machine for what it did, but some of my viewers complained that it was too expensive. Well, I always listen to my viewers' comments, so I started looking around for a less expensive air duster. After searching for a while, I came across this 2-in-1 compact air duster and vacuum from Gooloo, and it has several benefits over the previous one that I tested. First of all, it's a vacuum also, which the other duster was not. And secondly, it's a heck of a lot cheaper. I've also tested products from Gooloo before and found them to be a good brand, so I decided to give this little guy a try. So if you've been looking for a compact and inexpensive air duster and vacuum, then stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright then, so when you unbox this guy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save more money. Alright then, so this is the 2-in-1 compact air duster and vacuum from Gooloo, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this kit retails for $99.99. But they also have a $10 off discount coupon plus a 50% off discount coupon, bringing this entire kit down to around 40 bucks. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the air duster itself. You get all sorts of attachments for either blowing or vacuuming. You get a little vacuum connector right here with a filter inside of it. You get a power cable to power this guy up because it is battery powered. And you get the owner's manual that tells you everything about this unit, how to get it all set up and how to use it, etc. So the dimensions on this guy are 3 inches by 5 inches by 1.5 inches in thickness. The warranty on this guy is 18 months, and the weight on this guy is only half a pound. Very, very light indeed. This guy is powered up by two 2500 milliamp hour batteries, giving you a very good runtime. This unit has 4 blower speeds that'll work for either blowing or vacuuming. The first gear runs at 35,000 RPMs, the second gear runs at 50,000 RPMs, the third gear runs at 75,000 RPMs, and the fourth gear is 160,000 RPMs. Really quite powerful to get a lot of work done. This duster uses a brushless motor, making it more lightweight and energy efficient. This guy also comes with a built-in LED light, so not only does it work as a duster and a vacuum, but it's also a flashlight. The light has 3 modes to it: flashlight, strobe, and SOS. So this little duster from Gooloo is not only a powerful duster, but also works as a vacuum to clean up your work area, and also has a flashlight built into it to help you during power outages or emergencies. So for those viewers that wanted a less expensive air duster, this one actually has more features than the previous one that I tested and costs less. So let's take a little closer look at this guy and see how it performs. Alright guys, so let's take a little closer look at this Gooloo duster blower vacuum contraption thing for cleaning your keyboards or all sorts of different things that you have. So basically you see it's a very compact design, fits into the hand, this is the size of my hand, very compact, not very big at all. These are all the attachments that come with it. This is the vacuum right here. And the vacuum is not too bad. It has a nice little filter in there. I don't know if it's a HEPA filter or not. I think I read something in the instructions, but I have to read it again to be sure. But anyway, it's a nice little filter. It is washable. You just unscrew it, take it out of there, and it has like a solid mesh paper design kind of thing in there, and it is rigid. So it is washable. You just take it out, dust it off, rinse it out, wash it, whatever you want to do, dry it, put it back in here, and just put it back in there, falls back in place very easily. Close this guy up, just twist it back together, and you're ready to go. Now this guy over here goes on the end of the vacuum here, so you can have longer reach. So you can either use it without and do it that way, or if you want longer reach for crevices, you can use that guy right there. So it works out very nicely in that respect. These other 2 or 3, because that comes off of there, so these other 3 are basically used for blowing and so forth. And you have different ones. You have this one that has a really fine closed tip to it, a little bit bigger on this one, and this one has either a wide mouth, because you can take this off, or this little silicone kind of an end to it, which is soft, so you can rub it on stuff and not worry about causing damage. And it is collapsible. If you need to get into a tight place, you can always squeeze it and get it in there if you want to get something out of somewhere. So it is very convenient in that respect, nice and tight. And it does come off if you want to have an even bigger mouth on it like that. So your choice how to use those guys. Now you notice that each one of them has basically a grate on the back of it to let the air go through, but keep anything from going into the motor, possibly causing damage. The motor also has a grate on both sides, and there you can see the front of the motor there, if you need to do some cleaning and so forth. And the back of the motor, that's the fan right there. And as far as the unit goes, oh, by the way, on top here, it tells you the direction of the airflow. So that way, if you're going to use it as a blower, you're going to put these attachments on the front here to use it as a blower. The vacuum goes on the back here because you want to suck air in. Now, one of the convenient or cool little things about this guy is that all the connectors are magnetic. They just snap together. And you see right there, I'll show you this guy, pretty strong magnetism. See, look at that. It really, really draws it in really quick and tight. And they just snap in place. It has these little screws there that act as studs to hold it in place. And it just pops in there and you're ready to go. And it's magnetic on both sides. So the vacuum also attaches magnetically, as you see, like that. So that's how the vacuum works on that guy. And you flip it over if you want to use it differently. There you go. And it's just held in, take it off, and you're ready to go. No problem at all. So either way, there right there is at the vacuum. There is as a duster that way. So you can use it that way. Now, this guy, like I said, very convenient, fits into the hand, nice shape to it and so forth. Rubber overmold here on the front and on the back. And you have little LEDs here that we're going to light up in a moment. And the power button is right there on the front. On the bottom here, that is where you power it up. And it lights up red when charging and green when done. And this is the button for the flashlight. And there is your flashlight right there. Let me turn this off. And you see, that is a pretty strong flashlight. Look at that. That is really, I'm putting it maybe like 3-4 feet away, and it still gives you a lot of good lighting. So that is a pretty powerful light right there. Not bad at all. If you're in the dark and you need to find something, it gives you a good strong light. And it also switches to strobe, SOS, that kind of thing. And there you go. The SOS is pretty slow. And there you go. And you turn that off that way as well. So very convenient as far as that goes. Now, a couple of things to point out as far as the power usage modes. It has basically 4 modes to it, because if you press it and hold it, it has like an overdrive where it goes at the maximum speed that it can produce. It's like a turbo mode. So you have to press it and hold it. And you see right there. Now, this guy doesn't show much. Let's do this guy. That is some serious power right there. So you can see you have to press it and hold it, and that is the turbo or overdrive, and basically gives you the strongest power that it can. Now you click it a couple times, and then you go into the different speeds. And that is the softest. It's not too strong. You know, it blows a little bit, but nothing massive. Just for little light dusting or whatever, something you don't want to damage. Then medium, the second speed. And I already told you the speeds earlier. I think this is 50,000, something like that. It's not too bad. And then you click it again, you go into the highest. And you see that's pretty good right there. The turbo is even more than this. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then you press it and hold it and it turns off. There you go, it turns off. But the turbo, that is crazy fast. So that's something, I wouldn't use it on anything unless you're sure you're not going to cause some damage or something like that. So that is really the strongest one of all. And I'll show you blowing some stuff around in a moment, but I just wanted to give you a close-up of the unit and show you all the different things that it can do. So that's the way you get, if you get anything stuck in there, you can clean it out. It's really quite easy to open up. There you go. I mean, you can blow stuff in through there or use a toothbrush or something and clean it up. So that's very convenient as far as that goes. So there you go. That is the Gooloo duster and vacuum all in one. Let's test this guy out and see what it can do. All right, guys, so to be fair, let's do the same test that I did with the previous duster that I reviewed a little while back. In this case, we have a big pile of screws right here, and we're going to test this guy and see if it can push all these around. These are a bunch of metal screws. There you see big bolts there, all sorts of different ones there, all sorts of different sizes. I just dumped a tray that I had full of screws there, and we're going to see how it performs. On the previous one, I think I tested a bunch of nuts and so forth. This time I just pulled out a tray of screws. Doesn't really matter. They're all metal. They're all heavy. Let's see what this guy can do. Turbo mode again. Let's see what she'll do. There you go. All sorts of different sizes, screws all over the place. A big mess that I now have to clean up. But it certainly had no trouble blowing all those big metal screws around. And in case you're curious if they are metal, well, here you go. Here's a big magnet for you. There you go. A bunch of metal screws, all right. So these guys are not lightweight. They're heavy enough. So that took care of that. So there you go. And we're going to be doing some vacuuming in just a moment, but in case you're curious, how much suction does this guy really have? Well, let's try lifting up this multi-page manual that came with it and see how it can handle that. And look at that. That, you can see, has a lot of pages, and it's holding it up in the air with no trouble at all. So that's pretty decent right there. There you go. That is pretty good. So it does have quite a bit of power. Now let's go pick up some other stuff. All right, guys, here we go. My dedication to authenticity and professionalism has no bounds. So I basically just swept the whole floors in my house to get this little pile of dust right here. And we're going to test out this little vacuum and see if it can sweep it up for me. So let's give it a go. This is real dust. This is not some man-made fabrication that I made right now. No, I swept the floor. That's everything that came up. Let's give it a go and see what this puppy can do. There you go. That's all the stuff inside there. I don't know if you can see it there. There you go. That's all the stuff inside there. And you can dump it out and then clean out the filter if you need to do so. But that worked out just fine. Cleaned up all the dust off the floor without any trouble at all. So let's move along. All right, guys, and no keyboard duster video would be complete without the obligatory dusting of the keyboard. So let's take a look at this and see how it works. You can see all the dust coming off of there. Look over there. Look at that. Blow all that dust off of there. It even blows the mouse away. So it does its job quite nicely. So there you have it, guys. Now I can go through and clean off my keyboard without any trouble whatsoever. It looks brand spanking new. There you go. Some of it you need a towel to clean off, but then again, it does a job it's supposed to do as far as cleaning off any loose dust and debris. So it did a fantastic job. There you go. All right, guys, there you have it. A review and demonstration of a very convenient and affordable compact duster and vacuum from Gooloo. If you thought the previous duster that I tested was too expensive, well, now you can take advantage of the great discounts they have right now for the F1 Air Duster and Vacuum on Amazon. This F1 from Google does much more than the previous one that I tested and cost a lot less. Now the price may change over time, but all I can tell you is the price when I make the video. So for now, you have an alternative to check out and see if it suits your needs. Check out the links below for all the details. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.